Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo December 19, 2022. You can feel energized, enthusiastic, and positive today. You're learning what motivates you. Today's energies are also strong for healthy self-honesty or opening up about your personal life. This can happen by giving matters further thought or through discussions with or about loved ones. A Mercury-Uranus influence helps stir inventive solutions to home-related problems and new approaches with loved ones. You might recognize the need to put your worries behind you to focus on what's ahead of you. Personal revelations or memories can nudge you along a positive path. Since 2018, Uranus has been spinning within your solar 8th house of intimacy. This means that your needs in your relationships are evolving, especially around the support you give and receive. You've been learning quite a bit and maybe even feeling the need to spice it up sexually. Today, Uranus will reach out in a trine to a very happy Mercury, assuring that you could have quite a stimulating discussion about what you want. Your partner could be exceptionally open to new ideas, which may even shock you. Broach the topics you've been holding back about with grace and tact. How do you want to invest your money and square away your assets? Money matters may pop up in an unusual way when Mercury in Capricorn trines Uranus retrograde in Taurus. You may have an honest conversation with your family about inheritances, debts, and wills that you were not expecting. An opportunity to further discuss what you want to invest in could also come through during this earthy trine. Regardless of what happens or whatever is said, be open to moving around your assets to ensure greater financial security. In the lead up to the moon's return to your income sector tomorrow, whether this was the last visit for the year or not, it would still be important to have your antennas up while taking a wait-and-see approach. With the moon due to return just as Jupiter moves into his final days in your work sector, this could see a lot come together or fall into place on the income and job fronts over the coming days. You probably feel like playing these days, and play is something you happen to excel at. It is already common knowledge that you are a passionate being, and today's astral configuration brings out that passionate energy even stronger. Practicing safe sex is probably one of the biggest health concerns out there. Protect yourself and your partner, so that you can stay negative and have a great time doing it. Welcome to the career-oriented day. If you aren't feeling particularly satisfied in your present occupation, you can bet that this will be more prominent today. For you, the key to fulfilling your life path lies in experiencing everything you possibly can, processing it in a deep and often spiritual manner, and then expressing your understanding and philosophies to as many others as you can. Many great religious leaders are sevens, like you. Think about where you are in your life now, and if there are some serious changes that need to be made. The moon's last visit to Libra for the year is always a valuable chance to get your bearings, and at what can be a busy point in an already busy year, this is a chance to make it about you. While this is an ordinary monthly visit and there has been no planetary activity in Libra since just after your birthday month ended, and you wouldn't expect any at this time of year, it is before the moon leaves tomorrow that the dwarf planet Ceres will return. This is a chance to ensure you are emotionally and intuitively engaged before your first deep dive into your personal needs and priorities in 4 years begins. The moon's return to Libra each month will always have an impact on planets on the romantic and relationship fronts. A friendly aspect to Mars on the adventurous and Saturn on the romantic front is already bringing a mix of nostalgia, romance, passion, and adventure together. Even a clash with Chiron on the relationship front is a chance to flush out what you want from your relationships and what they need from you ahead of Jupiter's return to your relationship sector next week. Our eyes in the sky. Our morning rituals could be disrupted, and the Libra moon squares off with Venus this morning. It could become overwhelming if things feel unorganized. Give yourself extra time for tasks throughout the day, because your usual schedule could get thrown for a loop. The connection between Mercury in Capricorn and Uranus retrograde in Taurus can help us unpack our emotions as we navigate the dream world, so pay attention to any strange occurrences that happened while you were traversing the astral realms. A tendency to push yourself forward creates an adverse impression with the people you meet. Even if it's not intentional, your attitude disrupts any potential for things to run smoothly. Try to restrain yourself. Otherwise, you're unlikely to impress anyone since your boastful manner makes you seem conceited and unapproachable. Emotions could feel a little out of your control during the day as well, so give yourself permission to cry if you feel frustrated and need a release. Remember that everyone is experiencing this same unsettled atmosphere, so try to be kind to the people you encounter. A perfect scenario for settling outstanding financial matters is what you desire. Of course, you must be as careful as usual when dealing with money. You have the right instincts for choosing sensible investments, and the advice you receive is far more conclusive than on other occasions. Larger purchases, a car or a house, don't faze you. Today will be unpredictable, to say the least, so expect surprises of both the pleasant and unpleasant variety. Luckily, the messy energy begins to dissipate later. When the Libra moon makes a harmonious aspect to Mars retrograde, intellectual downloads are not uncommon, so be sure to write down any new insights that come to mind. The energy here promotes genius, making it a great evening for artists and writers to engage in their craft. In the morning, the Libra moon squares off with Venus in Capricorn, causing us to crave relationships that look good on paper. Wanting solid partnerships that stand the test of time is natural. But longevity should be just one of the attributes we strive for now. If permanence is our only qualification as to what constitutes a successful relationship, we risk compromising for the wrong reasons. Don't prioritize keeping the peace over saying your piece. Communication is key. Remember that everyone must do their part to help a union thrive, whether that union is romantic, platonic, or familial. Hiding your needs does everyone a disservice. And if you give others what you think they want without asking, you may find your assumptions to be totally off base. It's not what you say but the way that you say it. You're involved in all kinds of talks and must respond appropriately. Even when you feel like speaking the truth or your honest opinion is asked for, choose the words carefully. Conclusions you arrive at are brutally honest and extremely cutting. Avoid acting this way, and conduct conversations diplomatically. Before noon, the moon trines retrograde Mars in Gemini, helping us to assert ourselves intelligently. Under this influence, we recognize how to spin situations in our favor through wordplay or powers of suggestion. People trust our judgment and follow our lead. We can identify clever solutions to problems without rocking the collective boat. Currently, we realize that we don't need to minimize ourselves for others. You may find yourself rushing from one place to another. People demand your attention and want to involve you in their conversations. The sound advice you can contribute, provide the necessary impetus required to implement new schemes or ideas that result. Take some well-deserved leisure time for yourself.